And welcome everybody to Screen Flash Episode 2. My name is David Kermis, and I'm going to take a deep dive into a game called X-Zone. Now, this title was released in 1992 by a developer-publisher called Kemco. They've actually were very busy back in the day, in the early 90s, doing a lot of games for the Super Nintendo as well as other consoles. They actually did a lot of titles that were license-based, like the Ghostbusters series as well as Mickey Mouse. One of the main titles that you probably have heard from Kemco is a series called Top Gear. It is a racing series that they started with the Super Nintendo back in 1992 as well. They teamed up with another developer called Gremlin. Unfortunately, Gremlin is no longer in business, but they did do a lot of the Top Gear series games. They had at least 3 or 4 of them, if I do believe, that ended with, I believe, the PlayStation era of the console generation. And recent times, I would say the past 5 to 10 years, they've moved away from console gaming and went to all mobile. So they do a lot of iPhone games, a lot of Android titles. But the reason why I like X-Zone, I actually found it from the first level of the game. Really got me quite interested in it because it reminded me of Galaga, actually, just in the first person. So whenever you start out in the very first level, you're actually skydiving out of an airplane, and you're going towards the desert below. And there's a ton of enemies just coming in from the left and right and tops and bottoms of the screens, and you just have to fire them and shoot them down because they're shooting missiles at you. And then it actually goes from there and goes into a completely different angle. The next level actually takes you, you're on the ground, and then you are firing from just a, almost like as if you're on a tank or just something that's just more stationary. And then you have enemies that are coming in from the left and right, so it looks a little bit more traditional. But then it kind of just shifts gears. What's really great about this title is that it just keeps on changing its pace. There's a couple levels that remind me of Doom, a couple levels that remind me of Star Fox. Well, I'm going to get my Super Scope ready, and we're going to go ahead and show the first level right off the bat, and then we're going to jump to a few other little levels. They're kind of going to be mixed in. It's definitely not going to be in order. I just want to show off a lot of the different styles and different environments that you do see in this game, and let's get started. We're going to go ahead and start right from the beginning, go through the opening title here, and select our difficulty level, which we're just going to go with normal. And we're going to begin at level 1. This is my favorite level of this game. Like I was mentioning before, it kind of reminded me of Galaga, just in the first person. And then from here, we're going to jump to just some other random levels. I believe the second level is going to be next, but then we're going to go and kind of jump around. But it's going to be a pretty quick remix of all the levels that are in this game, or I should say a few of the levels that are in this game. And here we go. Thank you so much for watching Screen Flash Episode 2. Again, today's featured title was X-Zone. Keep it right here for next time. we're going to be playing a game called Yoshi's Safari. And if you want to, you can go ahead and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, NWR TV. And for everything Nintendo, new and old, keep it right here on NintendoWorldReport.com.